how to build a Facebook group that has engagement and gets you leads. Size doesn't necessarily matter, and this is true for Facebook groups as well. Yes, we want lots of members in our Facebook group, but what we really want is engagement, because it is the engagement that gets you the leads. So check out this graph. You can see that it's only in the last couple of months that we've got the engagement happening, and I'm going to share with you how and why. I'm talking to all these people on the phone about how they want our support with business, because they're now engaged in our group and now want virtual assistance from us. The engagement is what triggers the Facebook algorithm to show your posts in your group to more of your group members, for them to feel warm and fuzzy towards you, for them to know what you do, and for them to pick up that phone and say, hey, could you help me out? So I'm going to tell you how I've done it and share with you some of our mistakes along the way as well. So the first thing to do is to get people into the bloody group.
A proclamation of invitation!
So a group is not much value if there's only a smallish number of people in there. So there's a number of different ways to get people into your group. So you can invite your friends to join the group, so you can interact in the group as you and invite your friends. This is helpful if you're connected to your target market as friends. The other thing that you can do, which is super powerful if you have a page on Facebook, is to invite people who like your page. We invited, over time, people who like Maureen and Carmen to come and join the group. So Maureen and Carmen, though, only has about 500 people who like it. So we tapped out pretty quickly. Now, Maureen Pound, my business partner, has been around for a long time, and she actually had a page that was just lying there. It had 2,000 people like it.
Wow.
So we reached out to them and asked them to join the group. When I say we, it's the royal we. I mean the virtual assistants, because this is a rate limited step. You can only do a certain amount each day. I think it's like 20 or 30 or whatever the Facebook algorithm says that day. So what my team does is every single day they go in and they invite people to join the group. Another fantastic way to get people to join your group is to send people that you're connected to on social media, whatever platform it is, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, to say, hey, come and join this group. So this is an example of a LinkedIn reach out message that my team are currently sending. We've just started doing it. I'm connected to 16,000 people on LinkedIn. So it's going to take some time to send this message out. And as a result of this message, there are people who are going, yes, I'd like to be part of that group. They're clicking on that link and they're asking to join. So here you can see that we've done it on LinkedIn. I'm also going to get the team to do it on Facebook, because I'm connected to a lot of people there as well. And you can do it on whatever platform you're connected to people. If you've got a large following on Instagram, get them over to your Facebook group. If you've got a large email database, get them over to your Facebook group. You can stick the invite in all sorts of places, like your email signature. You can even do paid ads, which is probably our next step after we've reached out to everyone on LinkedIn. For paid ads, just a word of warning, you can't actually link straight to your Facebook group. You need to send them to a landing page which has a link to your Facebook group. But anyway, that's for down the track. Oh, and you can also mention your Facebook group in a YouTube video. What a great idea. The next thing you can do to get engagement and leads into your Facebook group is to friggin' talk to them. So if someone decides to post or comment in your group, talk to them, give them love, acknowledge them, thank them for sharing, agree with them. Even if you don't agree with everything that they said, find something to agree with them. Make them feel good. This is not soft and mushy stuff. Well, it sort of is, but there's psychology here. If you do this, people are going to have dopamine released in their brain. They're going to feel good. They're going to feel warm towards you and the group. And they're going to engage more and more. The more they engage, the more they're going to see your content. It's just another form of retargeting, but it's a powerful form. The people in my group know that if they comment on something, they're going to get love from us, a comment from me, a comment from Maureen, or perhaps one of my team. But whatever they do, they're going to feel supported. And also what I'm finding is that the rest of the group is emulating this as well. So what I find is maybe I'm not in my group for a couple of days. I come back and people have engaged with each other. They've supported each other. They've encouraged each other. They've thanked each other. But this needs to start with you. It won't happen magically. So let me give you an example. Maybe someone says they think Twitter is all that in terms of marketing. Now, to be honest, I really don't know much about Twitter. I haven't played with it that much, and I'm not utilizing it in my business. But what I'll do is I would acknowledge that person. I'll be curious. I might ask them a question about their Twitter marketing. And you know what? It's going to increase my knowledge as well. So even though I don't completely agree that Twitter is all that when it comes to marketing, who am I to know? They're doing business their way. And my role is to support them, to love them, and to learn from them as well. With your Facebook group, you need to make mistakes and change your mind. I get so annoyed when people say, just get all your ducks in a line and have it all sorted and know exactly what you're doing. No, that is not the way to go. Because, well, it's not for me anyway, because it evolves over time. I started the Facebook group. I didn't really know what it was about. But over time and experimentation, Maureen and I have discussed, and the group has evolved into what it is today. So this group, it's currently called Calling All Legends, Doing Business Your Way. But it's had 3 different names. The second name, I called it You Had One Life, and Maureen friggin' hated it. She actually hated it so much that we were counting down the 28 days until we could change the name. And you can see at the moment, I've just changed the name again and I love this name, but the cover photo hasn't changed yet. The team haven't got on to changing it because I'm asking them to do all other stuff, but they will. So it is imperfect and it just doesn't matter. What matters is that it's real and that people feel supported in your group and they're getting value. And in terms of your content, there is no right way either. You need to just try things. I'll tell you what, some of the things I have tried have landed flat. Oh. You know, it's just, there's just been no response, very little response, or not the response that I wanted. And some of the things that I did, which I had no expectation it was going to be amazing, did. So for example, one of the things I've started doing is acknowledging the top 10 contributors in the group each month. So Facebook gives me this data and I'm like, why not acknowledge these people? Good job. These people are what is making the group so amazing. And I want to encourage them. It just so happens that the people in my group are business people. A lot of them are quite competitive. So it just encourages them to like up their game when it comes to engagement in the group as well. But that's another spin-off. And this is just one of the things I've tried that's working for me. But like I said, you've got to try things. You've got to fail. You've got to bomb. You try different types of content. Do not be perfect in your group. You need to change your mind. You need to iterate. You need to improve because that is what's going to make your group awesome. Have fun in your group. I learned this the hard way. At the start, I was building the group. I thought it was a good idea and I was quite systemized about it. And I'm like, oh, when are the leads going to come in? When are people going to engage? And then magically one day, I just started having fun with it.
That's how you're supposed to feel.
So I started engaging with the group. I'm like, these are some really cool business people and I can have fun with them. I can pick their brains. I can get information from this group and supported myself. So for example, we work with a lot of businessmen and so I was wondering, where do businessmen hang out? Like I could find all the women's groups, but where were the men's groups? So I asked this question in the group and boy, it went off. Men and women commenting alike. And it was just fun and it was interesting and I was getting a kick out of it and so was everyone else. Also, another example of me having fun was for some reason fungi is my thing at the moment. I'm into all sorts of weird things and I was reading a book about fungi and so I said, you know, currently I'm reading a book about fungi. What are you guys reading? And once again the post went off. It was just an opportunity to learn about each other, to learn about each other's quirks and to share some really interesting things. So if I'm having fun in the group, then people that are like me in some ways are also going to have fun.
Fist bump.
And what I found is as soon as I started having fun and made it a place that I wanted to hang out, then other people wanted to hang out there as well. And hanging out in your group leads to more engagement and more leads. Don't do it all yourself. You've got better things to be doing. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. Having a Facebook group and building one, it's going to take your time, energy and focus. Like if you're going to hang out in there and just hang with the people and comment and engage with them, yes, it's going to take effort. So don't do it. Put no effort into it at all. But if you know me, you know that I'm a fan of getting support, getting my virtual assistant team to do everything except the critical things that I need to do. So yes, I need to be in there. I need to be thinking and adding my personality and commenting and engaging with people. But I don't need to be doing the other stuff. I don't need to be asking people to connect. I don't need to be accepting the connection requests and grabbing people's emails from the questions when people enter and adding it to our CRM. I don't need to be sending people our newsletter. I don't need to be posting that core content. I don't need to be editing those videos. I don't need to be adding captions to the videos. I don't need to be doing Canva. There is so much that I do not do, and that's where you need to get support. If you try and do it all, you're just going to spend your whole time in your group and working on your group, and you're going to have no time for when people call you up and say, hey, can I do business with you? So go and get support. So if you've enjoyed our video and think that you are a legend doing business your way, we'd love for you to join our group as well. You can have fun and find a supportive place for cool business owners who are out there and just doing things your way. And so these are just some of the things our virtual assistants do. Maureen's actually written a whole book on what virtual assistants can do. Do you know what's our most commonly asked question? So if you would like a copy, click on the link above and you can grab Maureen's book and find out all the ways that virtual assistants can support you in your business. If you like this video, smash that like button. Don't just tappity tap, smash it. If you want to see more videos from us, hit that subscribe button as well. Calling all legends!